Y'all, my old dresses fit, all of them, you guys. I think it's time for a weight loss update. I stepped on the scale this morning and I weighed in at 138.8. If you're new here, I lost 100 pounds. I used to look like this, and this was my highest weight at 232 pounds. And I got all the way down to 132, but over the past year, after I met my new boyfriend, I gained some of it back. And the day after my birthday, May 14th of earlier this year, I was back up to 166 pounds. But I went back keto for a couple months, and then I went back carnivore, which I'm currently doing now, and I have made it back down to 138. So that's only 6 pounds above my 100-pound weight loss mark. So I am really happy about that. And when I saw that I was back in the 130s, I was like, I'm gonna try on my old dresses. I've been afraid to try them on because I'm like, if they don't fit, I'm gonna be so disappointed. But I tried them on and they all fit me. All of my old clothes, my old shorts, my old dresses, everything fits again. So I'm so happy now. I have my whole wardrobe open to me again, and I feel just so much better in my body. My goal is to lose that 6 pounds in the next 22 days before Ted gets here. But even if I don't hit that goal, I'm still really happy. Like, even if I didn't lose another pound, I'm really happy with how I look and how I feel right now. My ultimate goal is 118 pounds, so I still have about 20 pounds to lose to reach that goal. And I know it's probably going to take a while because the less you have to lose, like, the longer it takes and the harder it gets to lose it. So I'm fully prepared for that. My goal is just sticking to the carnivore diet. The only exceptions being Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, which I'm hosting again this year at my house. And I'm gonna cheat on those days. I don't know what to tell you. There's no way I'm gonna be able to be around Thanksgiving dinner and not cheat. I mean, I could, okay? That's not true. I could do it, but I don't wanna do it. I just have to keep a hold of myself and not let that, only do that one meal and not let that send me down a spiral, because that's what happened last year and I ended up gaining a bunch of weight back. But I learned my lesson and I am not doing that again. That means since May 14th, I have lost 28 pounds and I am so happy with those results. And I have not been exercising at all since I got back from Virginia. I've just been eating the carnivore diet. I did a couple of fasts. I have not fasted again since that last video I posted because it was that time of the month, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like to fast during that. It's hard enough to deal with without adding that on top of it. But I'm probably gonna do another longer one in the next week or two. But right now I'm just pretty much eating once or twice a day, just depending on when I get hungry, and it's working well. It's working really well for me. I feel amazing, I look amazing. What more could you ask for? And I had to celebrate by ordering myself some new dresses. I know. I said my New Year's resolution was I wasn't gonna buy any new clothes this year, only at thrift stores. I've stuck to that until now, besides the occasional t-shirt that I bought at like band t-shirts and different places we went. I made it 9 months, y'all. I feel like that's pretty good, and that's more than most people keep their resolutions. And I was just so like ecstatic to be back down to my normal old size that I was like, you know what, I gotta get myself a new dress or two. So we're gonna have a haul video coming up soon too. But today we've got some other things on the agenda. I gotta hang up this broom, we're gonna do some plant care, we're gonna go shopping for groceries, and I'm gonna cook tonight. I think I'm gonna make a meatza. It's been a while since I've made one, and I've been wanting pizza lately, so I think this will scratch that itch. So I found out that mums need full sunlight, and they are not gonna get full sunlight in this house, especially in this location. This window right here, the blinds do not open, or I would open the blinds for them. Only these blinds open. And then we also have the aloe vera over here. So what I'm gonna do is move the plant light over here. The plant light is here in the dining room. This used to be my plant shelf, which is now empty because all the plants died. And I'm gonna move the snake plant also in there so that the snake plant, aloe vera, and mums can get all the benefit from the plant light. So let's do it. So I'm gonna start with the snake plant. Let's move this into the other room. Now it's gonna live right here next to the aloe and next to the mums. Then I'm gonna move the light into the other room. Oh my God, I'm hitting the ceiling, oh Jesus. What I would like to do is put that flat against there like that. Okay, y'all, I think this is gonna work. I've got the snake plant here in the corner, the aloe here on the apothecary table, and I managed to squeeze the plant light in between that and the altar where the mums are. Now we just have to find a place to plug this in. Now we just have to adjust the lights. I'll put 2 here above the mums since they need more light than the others. And the snake plant doesn't need a lot of light, but I'll have one kind of pointing towards it, one pointing towards the aloe. Let's turn it on. And now the mums are gonna get plenty of light so they can hopefully survive here on the altar. And the snake plant and aloe vera are also gonna get some supplemental light as well. Awesome, now we just need to water the snake plant and the aloe vera. The mums do not need to be watered right now. Got my little snail watering can here. We're gonna fill that up with water. Man, this thing can live through the apocalypse, let me tell you. If you have a black thumb and you want a living plant in your house, get yourself a snake plant, man. It can survive just about anything except overwatering. The aloe is also really tough. I mean, this thing lived through, what, 4 months of no water as well? But it's a succulent, so it stores water in its leaves. It even looks like it's grown since we left. And these two plants do not need a lot of water. I'll water them once every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. All right, that should do it. Oh my God, I just realized, I think that might drain out the bottom. Ah, crap. Okay, I gotta grab this and run it into the sink. Silly me, I did not realize that did not have a bottom on it or like a tray under it. So let's clean this off of, oh man. This is making a huge mess. Water just went all on the floor. I was hoping this towel would soak it up, but it's doing a real shitty job of that. I might have to get a bigger towel. So I'll let that aloe drain in the sink for a little bit before we bring it back out here. I love this apothecary table that Ted got for me from one of the work projects he was doing here in Hot Springs. They were just throwing this away, and it's so cool. I don't have anything in the little drawers, but I thought about putting my little herbs in there. Okay, she's all clean now, jeez. Oh, y'all, I just had to have me a little afternoon cry. So I decided to put on Spotify so I could do a little cleaning around the house. I like to listen to music or a podcast. Today I was feeling in a music mood, and my Spotify decided to serve up the most sad songs that it could possibly muster for me today. And so it played Maine by Hey Nothing, which has become one of my favorite songs of this entire year. And it reminds me so much of Virginia, and it made me miss Ted so bad that I just had to sit down and have myself a little cry. You know what I'm saying? You ever have to have yourself just a little afternoon cry? It helps. You gotta feel those emotions. That's something that I learned. I used to be so bad about that. I would push down any emotions that I felt, wouldn't let myself feel them, would try to talk myself out of feeling them, and that would just, you know how that ends. If you bottle stuff up, it's gonna explode eventually. I don't do that anymore. If I'm having a feeling, I will sit down and I will feel that motherfucker. Then I had to fix my makeup, so I hope I don't look like total trash for the rest of the day. But anyway, I got that all out of my system and I feel great now, so let's hang up this broom. All right, we've got our apple broom here that I bought at Kroger. So it is apple orchard centered. I know you've probably seen the cinnamon brooms. That's what I usually get, but I've never seen an apple one before. And it smells like apple spice. So I think I'm gonna hang it up right here where I typically hang up the Christmas stockings. Let's take it out of the bag here. It's shedding a little bit. That's all right. I got a vacuum in here later anyway. And it has a little hook that you can hang it by. So I'm gonna hang it right here. And there we have it. Not only does it look beautiful, it smells fantastic, and it's gonna make the whole room smell like apple cinnamon. Apple spice, I guess. There's not really a cinnamon smell to it. Man, I need to get another one now. I want another one for the other side. Maybe I'll get a cinnamon for the other side and apple on this side. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Y'all, I am headed over to Kroger now to get the ingredients that I need to make meatza. Oh yeah. Ah shit, I just got stuck at the red light. I'm jamming to some Van Morrison, or rather when Van Morrison was with them. Listening to some Gloria on my way over to the store. I decided to go to the little Kroger today for my groceries. It's usually less crowded here. Gotta grab a buggy because I'm not gonna be able to carry all this stuff. Now, right inside the door, I spied some pumpkin spice brooms. I have also never seen these before, so I had to get one for the other side of the doorway. And y'all, the ground beef was so expensive here, but I needed some for my meatza crust, so I got the cheapest thing I could get, one of these little tubes of 80/20. I also saw they were having a sale on Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Now, I'm usually not a fan of the Dunkin' flavored coffees, but they had one called Cinnamania, so I have to try that because cinnamon coffee is my favorite. I also needed some heavy whipping cream, and this was honestly the best Kroger had to offer. We have to have cheese for our meatza, so I grabbed an 8-ounce block of mozzarella, the Kroger brand. I will shred that myself. The dogs were out of their morning bacon treat, so I grabbed some of these bacon strips on sale, the bacon and peanut butter flavor. They've never had those before. I couldn't remember if we had any garlic powder at home, so I went ahead and grabbed some because I want to use it to season the Meatza crust. And of course, we have to have pepperoni for our Meatza, so I'm grabbing this package of Hormel pepperoni, 50 slices for $2.99, and that's everything. Y'all, we got a pumpkin spice broom to go on the other side of the door, along with our apple spice, our apple orchard broom. So I had to get this when I saw it. I didn't even see any cinnamon brooms in there. I only saw pumpkin and apple, but I am okay with that. Oh my gosh, this one smells, well, it smells like pumpkin spice. It smells good. So I'm gonna hang it on the opposite side here. There we go. So now we've got pumpkin over here. And we've got apple over here. I love it. And I'm gonna keep these up probably all the way through fall until it's time to put up the stockings, because that's where we hang our Christmas stockings at. But I love that. Are y'all ready to make a Meatza? Because I am hungry. So I've got my roll of 80-20 ground beef here. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just squeeze this sucker out into a mixing bowl. Oh, there's a little more in there. Get it all out. We want every bit of that beef. So now we're gonna season this beef up. I have this Redmond real salt here, and I'm just gonna put some in there until I think it's about the right amount. I don't know. I don't wanna go too much on the salt, but I want it to be flavorful. I'm gonna put some black pepper in here. I'm gonna put a little garlic powder and some oregano leaves. If I can get them out, I'm gonna just open it up and sprinkle them in like that. And then I'm gonna take my clean hands and I'm gonna get right in here and I'm just gonna mix all this up. So I guess this isn't like strict carnivore because I am putting some oregano and garlic in there, but I mean, you could do it with just salt. I just like my beef to be, you know, a little bit more flavorful. I like to have it a little flavor. And we're kind of giving it like a pizza flavor with the oregano and the garlic. Once I feel that that's pretty well mixed, and we're gonna make a crust out of this. Oh, and I'm also gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to about 400. I think is what I usually do it on. I don't know, that should work. 400 is like an all-purpose temperature if you ask me. And then I'm gonna dump all this directly onto my cookie sheet. And we are gonna make this into a square shape the best that we can, or a rectangle shape the best that we can. Now you could use a rolling pin, a glass, something to like roll this out thin. I'm just gonna use my hands like this, okay? So it's gonna take me a minute to get this to the shape I want it, but we'll get it there. And it's not gonna cover this whole cookie sheet. Now if I would have bought 2 pounds of ground beef, that could have covered the whole thing, but I'm just making this for me and I don't want to make so much that I can't eat it. And I want to get this like as thin as I can possibly get it. When Ted gets home, I'm going to make a Meatza for him because I think he would really like it. Pizza's like his favorite food, so. And when I do that, I will use 2 pounds of beef, but just for me, we're going to do one. And then once this cooks, obviously it's going to shrink down because the fat is going to cook out some. So it's going to be even smaller than this. All right, so that's about how I want it right there. I'm gonna wash my hands and wait for the oven to finish heating up. The oven is preheated to 400, so I am gonna put this in here and we're gonna cook it for about 20 minutes. So let's set our timer. Now, I don't know, it might need longer than 20 minutes, but because I've never made a Meatza in this oven, we're gonna go with 20 to start with. Start, okay. While the crust is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and prepare our other ingredients. First of all, I'm gonna shred up this block of mozzarella, and you better believe I am using this whole block, y'all. Now I know I said I didn't want to overdo it with the cheese, and now here I am eating a whole freaking block of cheese again, but you know, it didn't cause me any adverse effects. I didn't have an acne breakout, and I still lost a little bit of weight even after eating all that bread cheese, so I'm hoping this cheese doesn't give me any other problems. If it does, I will stop eating it for a while. And then the only other ingredient I'm really gonna use on this is pepperoni. It's just gonna be a very basic Meatza tonight. I have made them before where I've put ham and bacon and sausage, but all I've really got for now is pepperoni, so that's what we're gonna have. It's still gonna be really delicious though. My biggest fear shredding cheese or anything on a cheese grater is that I'm gonna slice my finger. I've done it before. Shred my finger. Ooh, that hurts. So I always try to be really careful when I'm doing this. Now, if you want to make a pizza and you want to make it low carb, you can put some low carb pizza sauce on it. I am not going to do that, obviously, but you can do that. And you can also add like some low carb veggies you could add. It's really good with like onion, green pepper, mushrooms on it. But I'm trying to stick as close to carnivore as I can. I started making pizzas many years ago when I was doing the keto diet, and they are always good, man. There's also a really good cheese crust that you can make and make it technically carnivore keto pizza that's on Linda's Low Carb website. I've made that a couple times. It's delicious. The only problem is I feel like that's just way too much cheese. If the crust is made of cheese and you're adding cheese on top, I don't know, that's a lot. Oh, it gets scary when you get down to the nub. Scared I'm gonna get my finger. So I usually don't do the full block. I'll just do it down to about that much. That means there's enough left for a little treat for me and a little treat for the dogs. How about you want a piece of cheese? Sit, good boy. There you go, Bell Bells. Come here, come get your cheese treat. Sit, sit. Sit. Good girl. There you go. All right, y'all, the timer's going off. It's been 20 minutes, so let's go ahead and check on this bad boy. I'm gonna pull it. Oh, it's popping. It's popping. I'm gonna pull it out. We're gonna see what our meat sheet looks like. Well, that looks about right to me. That's about how it's supposed to look. Now, this is not gonna be a pretty dish when it's on the pan, okay, because of the way the meat cooks, but trust me, it's gonna be delicious. So what I'm gonna do now is drain off some of this grease, and I'm just gonna drain it off into this bowl here, and I'll take care of it later. I'll take it outside or something. I'm not putting it down the sink. Oh! Shit, we almost lost our pizza crust. Okay, that's good enough. And now what we're gonna do is cover this in cheese. Now, if you were gonna put some sauce on it, now would be the time to put your sauce on, but I'm not putting sauce. I'm just gonna put my cheese down. Oh, I'm wondering if I shouldn't have put some pepperoni down first. All right, we're gonna put a thin layer of cheese on our crust. And then these pepperonis came in like 2 little packages like this. So we're gonna start with one of them. And I'm just gonna cover the top of the crust with the pepperoni. Then we're gonna add another layer of cheese here. And I try to get it all the way to the edge if I can. Another way to make this really good is to use different kinds of cheese, like put some Parmesan on there, whatever kind of cheese you like, but we're going real basic tonight. And then I'm gonna put another layer of pepperoni on. We're gonna double up. This is gonna be a double pepperoni and cheese. I don't think I'm gonna be able to use all of these pepperoni on here, so I'm just gonna put the ones I don't use in the refrigerator, and I can eat those as a snack or add them to some kind of dish later in the week. And now I'm gonna add just the rest of the cheese that I have over here to the top. Try to spread it around as evenly as I can. And now I turn down the oven to 350 degrees. That's as low as my oven goes. We're gonna put this back in here for just about 5 minutes, and then I'll check it. Okay, y'all, the timer went off, and I don't know. That's how it's looking right now. Actually, I think that's pretty good. What do you think? That looks pretty melted to me. I think it's done. Maybe I'm just super hungry, but we're about to cut this bad boy up. Actually, I think I'm gonna let it sit here for just like a minute or two to kind of cool off, and then we'll slice and dice it. Okay, here we go, y'all. I'm just gonna cut this like you would any other pizza. Just slice it, and I'm gonna make it into 4 pieces. And I'm gonna start with 1. I'll probably eat 2 tonight and then save the other 2 for tomorrow. Don't laugh at me, but I'm gonna use a pie server to get this off. And it works so good, look. Yummy! And you can see the ground beef is completely done. All right, let's go taste it. Oh yeah. Oh my God, y'all, that is so good. Like, the Italian seasoning really does it for me. I really love putting the Italian seasoning in the crust, And another thing you can do that I sometimes do and I forgot to do this time is sprinkle a little Italian seasoning on the top before you bake it, like on top of the cheese. But this is so good, and it's so filling, obviously, because it's very dense. There's a lot of meat, cheese, that's all it is, meat and cheese. So I'm gonna enjoy my dinner here, guys. I'll see you back here in a little bit. All right, y'all, I ate 2 pieces of that, and that was hard. Like, I'm stuffed. I feel like I could barely move after that. Like, I need to go lay down now and like digest that shit. It was really good though. So now I've got my dinner prepared for tomorrow night. That's awesome. I just fed the dogs their dinner, went outside, got eaten alive by mosquitoes again. Damn it. I am so sick of having to slather myself in off every time I step out the door, but I guess it's necessary this time of year here. Anyway, I am about to clean up the kitchen. I got some laundry to fold and stuff like that, and then I'm probably gonna read and relax for the rest of the night. Hopefully I can get to bed at a decent hour because I've just been staying up way too late. My sleep schedule's all screwed up. I like to wake up early in the morning. I feel much more productive when I wake up early, and I've been waking up at like 9, 10 o'clock, and I wanna get up earlier than that, so. Every night I try and every night I fail. Maybe tonight will be that magical night that I go to sleep at like 9 p.m. Probably not, but a girl can dream. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. It's been a good day. I could fit into my old dresses again. I'm so happy about that. I got my plants squared away. Got my fall brooms hung up, got dinner cooked. Like, I feel like I was pretty productive today. I've also been doing laundry behind the scenes, so I gotta go fold up some laundry. Thanks again for watching, guys. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who watches my videos. Thank you so much. I love you guys, and I will see you with a new one very soon. Bye.